Alright, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Hunter from Hunter Short Repairs, and today we have issues 3 through 6 of the Fanhome R2-D2 build. So, first we're going to recap what we went through on the last time, and as always the previous video will be in the description below. So, let's get to it.
Keep your fucking joint there.
Alright, so in the last video we added these details to this leg and just stuck this piece on here. And we also put this LED into its housing and attached the cable. That's pretty much it. And for issues 3 through 6, there are some things you're going to have to provide on your own. One of them being a good set of AA batteries, because you'll be testing this LED light and a few other things. You're also going to get a lot of screws with this build, so you're going to want to have your little bags handy, a Sharpie, and you may or may not need super glue for this build, but just hold on to it. And yeah, so all that being said, let me get the next. I need this stuff here too. Alright. Little magnet for the screws. And we're going to set this box to the side, and this here, actually, we're going to set that to the side also. And we're going to let's see. So there's a lot to unpack here. So we're going to start with issue 3. All of these come in these little bags, which is pretty handy. I had a knife. I had a knife, so let me see. Alright. Found my knife. So, we're going to start with issue 3. And I did this so that you can kind of see it better. A little bit better here. So, it goes into a little bit of the production of the Star Wars film. Stuff like how they did the camera systems and the props and everything for the movie. It's really, really interesting stuff here. And I'm gonna give you as long as you want to kind of look at this. I'm not sure if you can read any of this. I'm sure you can on a bigger screen. I'm looking through the screen of my camera and I can't see any of it, but I'm sure you'll be able to see it on the screen. And it just goes into more stuff here. Stuff about the R2 series and other droids. It's pretty cool stuff. Heck, the magazines alone are really well worth the subscription because there's a lot of information, not just on Star Wars, but on really all kinds of things. But yeah, so that's some cool stuff there. Goes into printed circuit boards. I'm sure a lot of you know about that. And then we go into the stuff that we're going to be working on. So we're going to go to the next page, and that's where we're going to be working. So again, safety first. You want to always be careful with knives. Alright, so in this pack we're going to have a few little pieces here. Sorry, I'm covering up the magazine with all this stuff here. Alright, so this one, pretty straightforward. You don't even need screws for this. It's just going to pop into place. Alright. And just be careful not to scratch any of this, because this is all good stuff here. You know, some of it's plastic and some of it's metal. Okay, so pretty straightforward here. We're going to line this up with the holes that are in here. If I can get it to line up. Okay, and there we go. Okay. Takes it a little finesse to get it in there, but it does go in just fine. Then this piece. So these are press fit, but if you'll notice, they will screw in, but much later. So, okay. And this is a lens for the camera. We're going to set that aside. And speaking of the lens, we're going to need out of issue 2 or 1, we're going to get this piece here. And set this other piece aside. Alright. And let's see. Okay. I'm going to have to slice this open as well. Alright. And this looks like it can only go in one way. And that just presses into place. So, let's see, what else? Ah. Okay. There we go. Alright. And we're going to keep the lens in this little package for now because we're not going to use it just yet. Trying to keep everything in place. Okay. And then it looks like the last thing we're going to do is we're going to plug the LED module into this little tester deal. And that's it. Yeah, so that's everything for issue 3. Oh. Alright. And now stay tuned for the next part, will be issue 4. Alright, and here we are with issue 4. Again, I'll give you a few minutes, or a few seconds to look at that. Just goes through showing you like motion capture and stuff like that for the newer Star Wars. Goes into C-3PO. Talks about active pixel sensors, like the ones used in this camera. Alright. Then we go into the stuff in here. Alright. So we're going to open this little package, and this is going to be why you need the batteries. There's a battery box. Batteries are not included. There's another piece to the leg, and another piece to the leg. We're going to put that over there. Alright, so for this stuff here, I guess we're going to do the leg part first. So we've got the leg here, and this little leg piece. I'm just going to leave the knife open since I'm going to need it a few more times for opening things. Okay, so yeah, okay. Alright, this is going to just... yeah, that's just a loose fit right there. And that's it. Okay, so you're just going to put that piece here, and literally that's it. So that's it for the leg. Oh wait, no it's not. Don't let me lie. We got this piece here. Alright. Okay. So I'm gonna try to do this through the camera, but okay. And that's it. So you put it in there, and I'll show you the back side. It slots in there. You can see the two tabs here. It goes in there and then it turns. And that's it. Now that's it for the leg. Alright, so let's see, what's next? The battery box. Okay, so cut it open. And oh, okay. Alright, so yeah, so that's the battery box. And you're probably going to want your little screwdriver from issue 1 or 2, whichever one it was. I think it was 1. Okay. Set that to the side. We're going to take the little screw out. And then we're going to open that. Get your batteries. And keep in mind, these batteries are gonna be stored for quite a while, so you want to get good batteries. Don't get cheap batteries, because you know, each month you might be testing something else. But you know, as long as, actually, it'd probably be even better if you, when you stored the battery box, just take the batteries out, because you can always just put them back in. So, alright, we got our batteries in there. We're going to slip our screw back in there. Perfect. Alright. So it looks like the next step is we're going to take our little, let me zoom in a bit. We're going to take our battery box and plug it into this circuit board. If I can get it to line up. There we go. Alright. Now, for the moment of truth. Okay? So we're going to press, there's two buttons on here. You can press both of them. We're going to press the first one now. Oh. It helps if you turn the box on. Just kidding. Okay, now we're going to press the button. Hey, look, we got lights. Okay, and then this one is blue. Ooh, I wonder what happens if you press them both. Oh, you can press them both. It's white. Or purple. Yeah, it'd be purple. But yeah, so you got red, you got blue, you got purple. Nice. Alright. So that is issue 4. And now we're going to move on to issue 5. Alright. Now we're back with issue 5. So, you know, same thing here. We're going to... Oh. Sorry. Give you a minute to look at those. You can always pause it. You got the DO droids. I always thought those were kind of funny looking, but looks like a reverse megaphone on a unicycle. And of course you got the BB-8, which is just a ball with a thing. Then you go into rotary bearings, which are used in so many applications. Like, rotary bearings are everywhere. Alright, so remember what I said about the screws. So this is where those little Ziploc bags are going to come into play, because you really need to keep up with these screws. They're tiny, and they will go. Okay, we're going to set that part to the side. That's just the piece of the frame. And I'll tell you, this stuff looks big on camera, but it's tiny. Even these screws, these are tiny. Definitely keep up with these screws. And again, like I said, all of these you're going to use in future builds or future issues. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we've got this bearing and a cap right here. A bearing and a cap. So there's the magnet for the screws. We may not need it because this is an ottoman and it's pretty soft. And as long as the screws don't bounce, it should be fine. So we're going to get the bearing and the cap out of this bag. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to take this bearing and press it into there. And you're going to screw the cap in. And I'll show you here. You've got long fixing screw or metal screws. They're all metal screws, obviously, but you have long silver screws and short silver screws. We're going to use the short silver screws. And we just need two. Did that come open? Hang on a minute. This plastic is really stubborn about being open. Okay. So there's one. And two. Okay? And once again, baby Ziploc bags, your best friend. We're going to use one right now because that bag of screws is open and we don't want to lose them, because while we're only using two right now, we will be using them again. So and you can use these little Ziploc bags, or you can use a pill organizer, like a daily pill organizer, whichever you want to use. So I'm just going to put the whole bag and everything down in here and seal it. Now those aren't going anywhere. They're safe. They're secure. And now we're going to take the screwdriver that came with our build. And we're just going to put this, oh my god. You can totally hear the chickens out there. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to cut that because that's so hilarious. Alright. And like that is done. So that's easy. Let's see. Okay. So the next thing we're doing is we're adding this piece of the frame onto that metal piece. And from what I understand, it's pretty difficult. So you may as well get 2 more Ziploc bags ready because we're about to open the long silver screws and the nuts. So here we go. I really wish they would have labeled these, but you know, it's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna grab 2 of those. Alright. And we're gonna drop these into the Ziploc bag to keep them safe. Just like that. That's the long silver screws. The short silver screws are in the other bag. Now we get the nuts. Now these are super easy to lose. You can just tell because they're tiny. So I'm carefully going to see if I can slide two. Okay. Those are super tiny. Okay. Sorry that you can't see anything. It's not that exciting trying to get these out without dropping them. Okay, and once again, safe and secure in a Ziploc bag. I can shake these around. They're not going to go anywhere. Alright, so for this, you're going to, it's probably really hard to see because of the lighting and that it's metal. But Okay. So you got an arrow on the black piece and an arrow on the metal piece, and that's going to line it up. You're then going to take and put a nut into the metal piece. And I'm going to try to start okay, actually that works even better. So okay. And then just tighten that on there. Okay. And repeat for the other one. You're going to stick the nut in the indent and the plastic piece. You're going to stick your screw through the hole there. And then screw it in. And when you're done, it should look like that. And I believe that's it for issue 5. How exciting. Yep, that's it for issue 5. Alright, so the next clip will be issue 6. This is a fun one. Alright, here we are with issue 6. Oh, I don't know why I said it like issue 6. Alright. So again, I'll give you a moment to look over this if you want. You can always pause that to read it. Get into the power droids. I always thought those looked funny too, especially the dirty ones because they looked like walking dumpsters. And you go into LCDs, which we will be looking at in this issue. So alright. Now we get to R2's diagnostic display. And this is fun. So we're actually going to need our battery box and our test board. Okay, there we go. There's that. Okay, and also just a little thing in case you don't know. Make sure when you pull these out, do not pull by the cord. Pull by the plastic. If you have a little bit of fingernail like I do, just grab onto the ears and just wiggle it just a little bit until it comes out. And then, yeah, so cool. Alright, let's break into this sucker. Okay, that's going to be the backing plate. That's the front. We're going to need to extract this little piece out of the plastic. And it's hard to tell, but I think it can only go in there one way. Bear with me. Oh. Might have it backwards. Let's see. Ah. Yep, I did have it backwards. There we go. That just pops into place like that. That is just a decorative piece. Right, so there's the LCD itself. And this is the cord. So we're going to wait. Satisfying peel of the plastic. Alright, so this can only go in one way. As you can see, there's a notch here on the board, and there's a peg here on this plate. So you line up the notch of the board with the peg on the plate. Then you take your backing plate and set that aside. And these are called fixing screws. There's different types. You got these really small ones here. Then you've got these long ones here. Now, luckily for us, there's only 4 screws in this package. Oh. Sorry, there's 5 screws in this package. We only need 4. But, you know, once again, we're actually going to get 2 Ziploc bags. Even though we didn't open the other screws, we're still going to put them in a Ziploc bag because these bags are bigger and they're going to be easier to spot in the box of stuff. So, okay, we've got 2. Never mind the Facebook Messenger sounds in the background. My Amazon Fire tablet waits till the end of the day to realize that I had gotten messages throughout the day. Look at that. You got 1 screw left. And, you know, hold on to it. Alright, so we've got our fixing screws here. These are made for plastic. So fantastic. And, you know, you don't have to go too tight with these because you are going into plastic, so you are making new threads into the plastic, so no need to be too harsh with it. I always just like getting the screws onto the screwdriver first. That way you can hold the other part and you don't have to worry about trying to start these little tiny screws by hand, because quite literally that's what these are. Little tiny screws. Okay, so that is done. As you can see, that's how it sits in there. Nice and pretty like. And where did our... Oh, here we go. It's easy to lose track of some things when they're small. And believe me, I know this stuff looks big on the camera, but believe me when I say this, everything here is tiny. Okay, so we're going to plug the thing into there. And now we're going to plug... Sorry, I keep bumping the camera. Sorry. Alright. Now we get to test the little LCD. So we're going to push the button now. Hey, look at that. Works just fine. I think the other button does... Oh, one's lighter than the other. Yeah. See, this one's nice and bright, and this one's dim. So yeah, that is it for issue 6. And that is it for this package. So, be right back. Alright guys, that is it for pack 2, issues 3 through 6. That's it. I mean, how cool is that? We just built this little piece here, and look at it. It lights up. I mean, it's just super cool. This thing is coming together really nice. We also did part of the head frame. We tested the LED module for the status indicator. And we also did some more pieces on the leg. So it'll be a month before the next pack comes in. But subscribe and stay tuned, because I'm not sure what comes in the next pack, but I think we get some gifts, some free gifts. I think. I'm not sure. It might be pack 4. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and check out my Patreon. If you want to support the channel, support future builds and stuff, and support this build, because, you know, I'm actively being charged for it, you know, once a month. So if you want to support me and keep the build going, yeah, please do. So anyways, now I've got to go edit this video, so, and I've got to clean up my mess. Got stuff everywhere from this pack. But yeah, so if you enjoyed, just leave a comment, subscribe, take a look at the Patreon, leave a thumbs up, support. And that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching.